Now, part of the reason I wanted to come here was because Tennessee is at the forefront of doing some really smart stuff. And we've got some proud Tennesseans who can take some credit for the great work that's been done. First, your governor, Bill Haslam, who's here. Your two very fine senators, you've got Bob Corker and your senior senator. Lamar Alexander, who's a former Secretary of Education himself, so he knows a little bit about this. You've got Congressman John Duncan, your mayor. Madeline Rogero. And we've got Pelissippi's president, Anthony Wise. Hey. And we've got all of you. Now, Joe and Jill both already touched on these themes, but let me just amplify them a little bit. Here in America we don't guarantee equal outcomes. Some folks work harder, some folks don't. Some folks take advantage of opportunities, some folks don't. Some people have good luck. Some people have bad luck and things don't always work out where everything is perfectly equal. But we do expect that everybody gets an equal shot. We do expect everybody can go as far as their dreams and hard work will take them. We don't expect anybody to be bound by the circumstances of their birth. If they were, I wouldn't be here, and neither would Joe. Jill, she's so accomplished she would have succeeded no matter what. But we expect everybody to get a fair shot. And in exchange, we do our fair share. That's the basic bargain at the heart of this country. If you work hard, you can get ahead. It shouldn't matter what your last name is, or what we look like, or what family we were born into. Or how we worship. What matters is effort and merit. That's the promise of America. And the way we deliver on that is making sure that our education system works on behalf of every person who lives here. America thrived in the 20th century in large part because we made high school the norm. And then we sent a generation to college on the GI Bill, including my grandfather. Then we dedicated ourselves to cultivating the most educated workforce in the world, and we invested in what's one of the crown jewels of this country, and that's our higher education system. And dating back to Abraham Lincoln, we invested in land-grant colleges. We understood that this was a hallmark of America, this investment in education. But eventually, the world caught on and the world caught up. And that's why we have to lead the world in education again. That's why my administration is working to make high quality, early childhood education available to all of our kids. We know if we invest in them early, that it pays dividends on the back end. That's why we're working to bring high-speed broadband to 99% of America's students within the next 4 years. We want to make sure every child is plugged in. That's why we're recruiting more highly trained math and science teachers. That's why we're working to raise standards and invest more in our elementary and middle and high schools. So that every young person is prepared for a competitive world. And this work is not easy. Sometimes it's controversial. It's not going to be the same in every state. But in places like Tennessee, we're seeing incredible strides as a consequence of these efforts. Over the past few years, Tennessee students have improved their reading scores and math scores more than any other state in the country. That's a credit to their hard work, their teachers' hard work, to Governor Haslam's hard work. Leaders from both parties. It's been a bipartisan effort. Every Tennessean should be proud of that. And today, in a 21st century economy, where your most valuable asset is your knowledge, the single most important way to get ahead is not just to get a high school education, you've got to get some higher education. That's why all of you are here. Now, the value of an education is not purely instrumental. Education helps us be better people. It helps us be better citizens. You came to college to learn about the world and to engage with new ideas and to discover the things you're passionate about and maybe have a little fun. And to expand your horizons. That's terrific. That's a huge part of what college has to offer. But you're also here, now more than ever, because a college degree is the surest ticket to the middle class. It is the key to getting a good job that pays a good income and to provide you the Security where even if you don't have the same job for 30 years, you're so adaptable and you have a skill set and the capacity to learn new skills, it ensures you're always employable. And that is the key not just for individual Americans. That's the key for this whole country's ability to compete in the global economy. In the new economy, jobs and businesses will go wherever the most skilled, best educated workforce resides. Because businesses are mobile now. Technology means they can locate anywhere. And where they have the most educated, most adaptable. Most nimble workforce, that's where they're going to locate. And I want them to look no further than the United States of America. I want them. Coming right here. I want those businesses here. And I want the American people to be able to get those businesses or get those jobs that those businesses create. So that's why we've increased grants and took on a student loan system that was funneling billions of taxpayer dollars through big banks, and said let's cut out the middleman. Let's give them directly to students instead, we can help more students. We've increased scholarships. We've cut taxes for people paying tuition. We've let students cap their federal student loan payments at 10% of income so that they can borrow with confidence. Particularly if you're going into a job like nursing or teaching that may not pay a huge salary, but that's where your passions are. We're creating a new college rating system that will give parents and students the kind of clear, Concise information. You need to shop around for a school with the best value for you and gives us the capacity to recognize schools that offer a great education at a reasonable price. On the flight over here, Lamar and I were talking about how we can do more to simplify the application process for federal student loans, which is still too complicated. So we've done a lot of good work over the last 6 years, we're going to keep at it. But today, I want to focus on a centerpiece of my education. Agenda, and that's the community colleges, like this one. For millions of Americans, community colleges are essential pathways. To the middle class because they're local, they're flexible. They work for people who work full-time. They work for parents who have to raise kids full-time. They work for folks who have gone as far as their skills will take them and want to earn new ones. But don't have the capacity to just suddenly go study for 4 years and not work. Community colleges work for veterans transitioning back into civilian life. Whether you're the first in your family to go to college, or coming back to school after many years away. Community colleges find a place for you. And you can get a great education. Now, Jill has been teaching English at community colleges for 20 years. She started when she was like 15. And she's still full-time today. And she sees I talk to her and she talks about her students, and she can see the excitement and the promise. And sometimes the fear of being a 32-year-old mom who's going back to school and never finished the degree that she had started. And life got in the way, and now she's coming back, and suddenly getting a whole new skill set and seeing a whole range of career options opening up to her. It's exciting. And that's what community colleges are all about, the idea that no one with drive and discipline should be left out. Should be locked out of opportunity. And certainly that nobody with that drive and discipline should be denied a college education just because they don't have the money. Every American, whether they're young or just young at heart, should be able to earn the skills and education necessary to compete and win in the 21st century economy. So today I'm announcing an ambitious new plan to bring down the cost of community college tuition in America. I want to bring it down to zero. I want to make it free. I want to make it free. Community colleges should be free for those willing to work for it, because in America, a quality education cannot be a privilege that is reserved for a few. I think it's a right for everybody who's willing to work for it. Now, the good news is, you already do something like this in Tennessee. You call it Tennessee Promise. So you call it Tennessee Promise, and we thought, why not just build on what works? So we're going to call it America's College Promise. And the concept is simple: America's College Promise will make 2 years of community college free to responsible students who are willing to work for it. Now, I want to underscore that last clause, everybody. Who's working hard for it? There are no free rides in America.